Today on the Topping Show, Supreme Court rules that Biden cannot just throw money away and forgive student loans with taxpayer dollars. So the Supreme Court preserves religious liberties. The AK guy goes up against the ATF. The Barbie movie has the corporate office versus the actors. Theo Von and Roseanne Barr versus cancel culture. Nike changing pricing and strategy. Apple hits the $3 trillion mark. Goldman Sachs wants out of the Apple partnership. Sriracha sauce is having a little bit of a shortage. Buc-ee's opens yet another one of the largest stores again. Bud Light goes back on Twitter and still gets ratioed again. And California is now approved to sell lab-grown meat. All that and much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. And we have a fun little advertisement to celebrate the holiday today.
Hi there, I'm Topping, and I'm the founder of Topping Technologies. We're an IT value-added reseller and services company, and we're American. That's why we're giving away a .50 caliber musket with every July purchase. See details in the post. To celebrate the most important document and the most important event in history, the Declaration of Independence and the 4th of July. On July 4th, 1776, the original 13 colonies wrote the Declaration of Independence and told Great Britain the most important fact in history. We are free, and we will not be ruled by Great Britain. Here is my favorite excerpt of the Declaration of Independence. Quote, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal." Unquote. Let Topping Technologies be the catalyst to revolutionizing your IT needs.
Other interesting political news, you have the United States Supreme Court preserving religious rights. Another win after decades of losing, thankfully. Now, in this particular case, the High Court ruled that a Christian web designer had a right to offer design services for opposite-sex weddings what kind of jackass wrote this? This quote's terrible. I'm going to rewrite it right now in my head, or just rephrase it. Opposite-sex weddings? 1984, drink, I guess. I don't encourage you to drink, but if you're playing that terribly dangerous game where you drink every time I mention that book, it's yet another time because I mentioned that book. But it used to just be called marriage. Now they're specifying opposite-sex. Okay, let me rephrase this so it's properly written. Now, the High Court ruled that a Christian web designer has a right to offer design services for marriage, traditional marriage, while refusing services for same-sex marriages. Now, this was a vote by 63, so again, you can think of the leftists who, of course, didn't think about the Constitution or religious liberties, religious freedoms. And the 63 vote, the justices sided with Lori Smith, who is an evangelical Christian and Colorado web designer who opposes same-sex marriage based on their faith. Now, the Colorado law bars businesses from discriminating on the basis of sexual orientation, but Smith argued that the free speech guaranteed by the federal Constitution entitles her to an exemption from the law. I agree. Now, additionally, Gorsuch wrote, Colorado seeks to force an individual to speak in ways that align with its views, but defy her conscience about a matter of major significance, unquote. Justice Neil Gorsuch wrote, writing in the major opinion. Based. Again, that references to the youth might be about 5 to 10 years old. I'll have to dust off the webpage of Urban Dictionary, I think, to find out what the youth are saying these days. But yes, it's one of those things where you're not entitled to someone's work. I cannot imagine how hilarious it would be to see this on the contrary. We have someone on the left. Like, imagine trying to think of a good analogy. Going to a store and saying they must sell guns, which traditionally people on the right are more aligned to the Constitution and Second Amendment when you look at the breakdown. I really don't like the fact that firearms are a political mechanism used to get votes. I think it should be a nonpartisan issue where both sides say, hey, this United States, the Second Amendment founded our country. People who founded our country had their own private warships and and additional cannons. Yeah, needless to say, I believe in the Constitution and the Second Amendment, but it's a politically charged issue, and it's disappointing that it is a left versus right issue. I don't think it should be, but unfortunately it is. So for this example, imagine if someone went to a store and they said, where's your rifles or where's your ammo? And they forced the store to carry that product. Even though the store owner is a communist or they don't believe in guns, you're going to go there and you have to carry the guns. You have to. But it's my store. Nope. You have to do what I say. I'm the customer. There are very few times. Oh no, it's one of those things where the customer is not always right. I know for decades it's always been told, but in this case, freedom of religion, again, one of the things the country was founded on, they won, which again, it's a rare thing, but when it happens, it's great because I think whatever faith you hold dear to your heart or whatever creed you swear to, religious liberty is a foundation and a great blueprint for being a good person, in my belief. And the United States was founded on freedom of religion. So if anything, I think we should put more of a premium on that particular freedom because it is a rare thing. We should hold it dear to our hearts. And time shall tell to see if this trend continues with the religious liberties or if the discrimination and the vulgar wording against it, as we're seeing more and more people, the tweets were quite entertaining from this issue. Which side will bubble to the top? Which ideal will service to the top to be superior? Well, I can't see the future, but I can say I like to say I'll be on the side of the Constitution. That's where I'll be. Time shall tell to see where others fall. Thank you everyone for taking the time to do it today. I cannot thank you enough. I really appreciate it when you take the time to like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things greatly helps out the channel. Happy 4th of July, everyone. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.